You are the new ranking Republican on the House Environment and Energy Committee. The governor's climate change agenda, along with the associated taxes and fees, is the big issue coming through that committee. However, you are bringing some very new and different perspectives to the table this year on that issue, one that doesn't include tax increases. Tell us about that.
You know, we don't need to raise the cost of living to address climate change on our constituents like the governor's bills do. The governor's bills are the same old bills that he's brought up from California every year. We need to look at this issue from a really different perspective. And instead of looking at the issue as focusing on a single molecule in the air that'll affect the temperature of the earth many years in advance ahead of us, let's remove the binoculars and look down and around us right here and understand that the pavement where we stand is heating up. You know, we have urban areas along the coastline, including Seattle and Portland, which are some of the hottest heat creators on the West Coast. Those areas have large heat absorbing materials from roofs and windows and concrete and pavement, and it's creating an effect known as the urban heat island effect. In the summer, these areas are about 17 degrees warmer than their rural surrounding areas. It's an issue that needs attention right now.
You have two bills that would provide alternative solutions to address these issues. They're House Bill 1114, the Urban Heat Island Mitigation Bill, and House Bill 1211, which deals with salmon-safe communities. Briefly, tell us about those bills.
Right. My Salmon Safe Communities bill is the Urban Heat Island bill that's so important that we consider. What it does is it deals with stormwater runoff. That stormwater, when it hits those very warm built surfaces, it's heating up and it's pouring directly into the Puget Sound and impacting the water quality that the salmon and the orca depend upon. So that bill asks the people that are doing the stormwater permits in the large cities in our states to take and look at their stormwater permit report through a urban heat island lens and start innovating in the 5 or 6 points that are outlined in the bill: green roofs, vertical gardening, shading of buildings, reflective surfaces, permeable pavement, and most important, dealing with our heated up and degraded quality in our stormwater runoff. And I'm hoping that this big bill will create the incentive for communities to really change the way we reimagine the city to create a cooler and calming environment for both the environment around it and the people that live there.
Your other bill is the Washington CARES Act, House Bill 1130. Now, you're looking to substantially reduce energy bill costs and outages through this. How would this work?
That bill actually is a bill that talks about how the energy burden is falling on disproportionately on people that have been historically disadvantaged. The goal of the bill is actually to challenge, when we pass environmental policy, to also think about affordability and reliability and the consumers that are most deeply impacted by these policies and have to bear the burden disproportionately. So it asks the power companies to achieve goals of reducing the cost to the consumer by half of what it was, whether it's 1990 levels or 2020 levels, that whichever one is lower, so that people end up paying less for their power, and it puts metrics in for improved reliability. Because as we pass these bills from California, we see that California's grid has become unstable and their cost of living has gone up exponentially. So we want to make sure that when we enact these policies, that we also consider the other impacts and put metrics into our laws that protect consumers and keeping their electricity affordable and reliable.
If folks want to testify remotely on these bills, how do they go about doing so?
They can go to the legislature website and access that, and they will see a big link there where they can access their ability to testify remotely. This is the one silver lining for our COVID, is that now Eastern Washington constituents have access to remote testimony, and I encourage all of you to go ahead and pursue that opportunity. Thanks.